we got great, superb panel tonight. I deliberately got a lot of forensic experts and top lawyers and politicians and commentators on the panel tonight. It's a dream panel. We have quick round of introductions. Sandeep Shekhane, first Satish Maneshinde, senior advocate, Bombay High Court. Fantastic criminal lawyer, tough guy. Knows Bollywood well, knows Mumbai well. Sandeep Shekhane is the lawyer representing the accused Mohammad Shariful Islam Shehzad. Professor Dinesh Rao is a forensic expert Republic relies on for his expertise very often. Thank you for joining. Also with us tonight is, ladies and gentlemen, Shaina NC. She's, of course, a BJP, leader now with the Shinde Shiv Sena. Ramneek Mann, political commentator, is with us this evening. Ishkaran Bhandari, lawyer and social media sensation, is with us tonight. Let me complete the round of introductions. I think Lakshmi Narayanji, former DIG, is joining us from Lucknow. I think I've got everyone in. And Nisha continues with us. Nisha is a forensic expert. Thank you very much. Satish Maneshinde, with your permission, I'm opening the phone lines. I have 15 phone calls already lined in. Lots of people calling in right now, so we'll keep it nice and short. Satish Maneshinde, what should we look at? What should we look at in this case?
Well, first of all, if you see the entire case that has opened up, I'm surprised that a building which houses such film stars and businessmen did not have adequate security. Secondly, there is no CCTV footage right from the ground floor till the 12th floor, which, in present times is a necessity in most of the buildings in Bombay. Thirdly, as to how he gained entry into an apartment is mysterious. It appears from his so-called confession circulated by the police that he lay in wait in Saif's house, and I'm totally surprised that there was nobody who could take care to see that nobody entered the house and there was no proper security even in the apartment. Mm-hmm. Fourthly, the picture that the police have circulated on the first day of a man leaving the building nowhere matches the three suspects which the police has detained right from the beginning. They detained one person in Mumbai, they detained one person in Chhattisgarh, and the third person who has been detained now nowhere matches the complexion, the height, the color of the hair, the description of his personality, and the person who is leaving the building on the date of the incident, and the person's picture whom they have shown with the back
not on the list
in a white shirt. It cannot match in any circumstances. With the scientific evidence that we have today being produced in the court, it can easily be photo matched, and the DNA evidence of the cap that was found in Saif's house, as well as the clothes that he was supposed to be wearing and the police have seized, will totally bring out, according to me, a new case that the person, according to me, this is my feeling with the view with the naked eye, that the person who is arrested is not the person involved in the case. Apart from all this, Saif reached the hospital around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and the person who has been arrested was moving about in Bandra and sleeping in car till about 6:37 in the morning. And at 8 o'clock, he's supposed to have taken a train from Bandra station. I'm surprised as to how Bandra police station and other officers, there is a DCP's zone office in Bandra, there's an additional commissioner's office in Bandra. I don't know how they did not alert the entire police machinery to try and make a search for this person, because most of the areas in Bandra are covered under CCTV. If CCTV evidence is not used by the cops in such a situation, you can imagine what they'll do to a common man in our country.
My God.
What do you mean, my God? These are the questions people are asking.
Arnab, please let me come in.
Yeah, I know what you...
Satish is a dear friend, and I have a lot of respect for him as a lawyer.
Apart from all this, the person who's injured walks out of the hospital healthily, and it does not show that there was any serious injury caused to him if he has walked out in 5 days. And the knife which has been broken into 3 pieces, I don't see how a metal knife...
Can I come in now or no?
Yeah, how does a metal knife break into 3 pieces? Yeah.
So these are all mysteries. Saif is also known to me, but that's a different matter. But the fact is that there are too many loopholes in the present story that the police have circulated to the court.
Before I take my first caller tonight, Shaina NC is saying she's shocked and surprised at what is being said by top lawyer Satish Maneshinde. But he knows his facts, Shaina.
Look, Arnab, a burglary takes place, a theft takes place. Yes, surely you can question the CCTV cameras, the security in the building, how did this perpetrator of crime enter, etc. Do you have faith in the system? Do you have faith in Mumbai police, the administration? Then I would want...
God, now don't do that on me. Don't do that on me. I have enough experience and more.
Please, I am not questioning you. I am questioning all these detectives on your show.
He's not a detective. He's a criminal lawyer.
Everything. No, this is like being in a detective show, because the fact is that if somebody is hurt, you have a home which is on 3 different levels. Every time you keep questioning, where was Karina? I mean, in a big home, if you're in 3 levels and you are attacked, what would your instant impulse be? When you fight back and there is no time for you, you hop into a car, a auto rickshaw with your son, without your son. These are questions which have been answered to Mumbai police, who has confirmed.
So what do you want? You want Republic to stop reporting this, right?
No.
You are here to say, Republic, stop. Republic, stop. Have faith in the system, stop. I'll put out breaking news. Republic has faith in the system, stop.
Discuss the larger issue, which is safety and security in private buildings. Discuss the larger issue, which is perpetrators of crime who are Bangladeshi infiltrators. Discuss the larger issue, which is the police doing its job. Are the people concerned, that is Saif and Karina, cooperating with the police, which they absolutely are. And I see these questions that come one after the other, saying that he entered like a lion, left like a tiger. How is it possible? Is this some kind of a stunt? Where was his wife? Why did he go in an auto rickshaw? These are not questions to be answered.
No. Let me tell you the more substantial questions. Thank you very much. Rizwan Siddique is also another top lawyer, top criminal lawyer, knows Bollywood, knows Mumbai very well. Rizwan Siddique from Mumbai.
Be happy that they're safe and secure. Be happy.
Yeah, I'm celebrating, but now I'll ask the questions. Thank you.
It's not a question. In a country such as ours, if you have an incident such as this, let's learn from the lacunas.
What is this such as ours, such as this kind of an answer?
If there is a freak case that takes place or multiple cases that you would like to cite, please also cite which cases the Mumbai police has cracked.
Shaina NC, listen to me. A few months back, can you name the journalist whose interview with Peter Mukherjee opened the entire case that the Mumbai police then was trying to keep a lid on?
I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying let the police do its job.
I know I did not let the police do its job then. I put them on the right path. I put the police on the right path then, and I shall do that every time, regardless of who is in power. Rizwan Siddique is the case. Rizwan Siddique is on the case. Rizwan, a question to you from a journalist to a criminal lawyer. And my question is this, that according to the FIR, if you see in the FIR, it says that after taking on and defeating the intruder in a heroic battle in the course of which he got injured, Saif Ali Khan locked up the intruder in a room. This incident apparently around 2:30, however, at 2:33 there is footage of the same intruder going down the stairs on the right-hand side. Can I take those visuals? So 2:33 he goes down the stairs. It is at this time that Saif is presently injured, but he's locked up the intruder in the room. Obvious question, how did the intruder get out of a locked room? Only to be photographed on the 6th floor by the CCTV of the 6th floor, not the 12th floor. How did that door open?
See, without even, I'm sorry, I have a little bad voice, but I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are.
See, the most common sense question that is coming to my mind is that why did nobody dial 100? There were so many people in the room. Why did nobody dial 100? Because 100 is used for these kind of emergency situations. And I'm not talking about other things which Mr. Satish Maneshinde has already spoken about. But the basic common sense anybody would do is call the police. Right. What I see, and under criminal law in any event, the accused is always placed at a very high pedestal. He's got his rights more secured than the complainant. And as a matter of fact, the burden is on the complainant to prove. The burden is on the complainant to prove. And if you look at the lacunas that I see, considering the fact that nobody dialed 100 and other things which Mr. Satish Maneshinde has already spoken about, let's not get into the part that he's Saif Ali Khan or he's an actor. We are talking about a case. We are not talking about celebrities here. We're just looking at it as a case, and we're looking at law enforcement agencies, what went wrong and why on this particular show.
On the topic.
So let us debate with an open mind. And as a lawyer, I definitely see that things are versions and the interpretation and the sequence of events do not add up to bring out any time. The way the judges are going to be looking at in the courtrooms, unfortunately, we are still with the law enforcement agencies, but the matter when it is taken before the judges, I'm talking about the trial judge, then the entire thing would be looked at very, very differently.
Yeah,
absolutely. Very differently. And I'm definitely with you, Arnab, on this, that definitely the entire thing does not add up to show that the person who's been caught is the person who's really accused persons. And there are a lot of other loopholes also. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we run more of the visuals on air right now. And Vishwanathan Anand is our first caller from Bengaluru. Vishwanathan, we're going to take 3 callers back to back. Vishwanathan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In fact, yesterday I want to ask Dr. Gulati, in case if I cut my nail a little deeper, that portion, whenever I touch it, pains me for 1 or 2 days. And this fellow has got no pain, expression of pain on his face while coming out.
There's no expression of pain on his face. There isn't. There isn't at all. I agree with you. There's Dheeraj from Kolkata. Dheeraj.
Hi, Arnab. My question is that after having almost a fight with Saif, this man comes out very coolly with his bag on. He was able to collect his bag. He was able to collect his bag also. And
get the CCTV to match on the right.
Without any fear.
Good point.
How could he come like that?
How does he come out like that? Yeah, okay, let me piece that together with Professor Dinesh Rao. Viewers making very interesting observations tonight. Sangini is calling in from Bengaluru. Sangini.
Hi, Adv. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you, very well.
Apart from all the questions that everybody is raising, I was reading in Twitter and on Insta as well, where it says that Saif Ali Khan's family is in a court battle with the government of India over a property worth 15,000 crore. And I was wondering if this is somehow connected with this incident and, he's just trying to get some sympathy from the public. I don't know. I mean, I'm just telling you what I read on Twitter.
Sure. I.S. Thakur. Thank you, Sangini. I.S. Thakur from Mumbai. Mr. Thakur.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer from Bombay High Court for the last 44 years.
Sir.
I know Satish Maneshinde very well.
Yes.
The legal question is, usually when I have to collect the evidence, the first task which the police should have done is to wait for the consciousness of the Saif Ali Khan. The moment he becomes conscious, they would have recorded the statement. In the event it would have succumbed, then that would have been treated as a dying declaration. That would have been treated as a dying declaration. Saif's statement has not been recorded, and the people started.
The statement has come now. There is some kind of statement that's come now. But you're pointing out the statement should have been recorded earlier. Okay, Mr. Thakur. Okay, Ishkaran. Answer that, Ishkaran.
Arnab, when a crime happens in a house, it becomes very difficult for even police to investigate. How do they know the complainant and the people around the complainant are speaking the truth and nothing but the truth? Please understand the difficulty of police in operation like this also. Second part, to blame media for asking questions or to blame you for asking questions. It's your job to ask questions when something happens in public life with a public figure. In fact, media all over the world does it. It's only in India we start questioning the media. Why are they asking questions when something happens to a public figure? And this is a crime which happened in a house. And there are glaring inconsistencies. When was the police first informed of the assault? That is very important to know. The other aspect, who actually brought Saif Ali Khan to the hospital? There is a Lilavati hospital doctor or administrator saying he walks in with a child. Why would that happen? Does it satisfy anybody's ordinary?
No, but it's not child. No. What the name that comes, that's one very important point. Because the name that has now come is of a person called Afsar Zaidi.
Yes, what is his role? When does he?
He's a friend.
Why does he bring it? Who were the members in the house? And why did no adult member of the house present in the house bring a person who's bleeding?
And why? No. Most important. Why did the family hide the information from the police?
These are basic questions which need to be answered. So that's what I'm saying. That is why I am waiting for police, some senior officer to give an official statement, because in crime,
I think the police should stop protecting Saif. The police should stop protecting Saif.
Maybe they are reevaluating things.
It's not worth it.
To find out who's speaking the truth and who's not speaking the truth.
No, it's going to hurt the image of the police, of the government. It's not worth it. I'd like to go across on this point here to Professor Dinesh Rao. Professor Dinesh Rao, as a forensic expert with all the information coming in, your thoughts?
Arnab, first, the very important revelations I want to make is, according to the medical legal document released by the Lilavati Hospital, it confirms that knife was never used in the assault at all. This is the biggest revelations I want to make. The reason
how can you say that? No, 1 minute.
Injuries described on the bodies are lacerations. Lacerations are never caused by the sharp object like that of the knife. Lacerations are always caused by the blunt force. You can see the medical legal document. The lacerations is on the left wrist, left elbow.
1 minute.
And an abrasion on the left elbow, right shoulder, and the right neck.
1 minute. Professor Rao, can I be on air on top left? One sec. Professor Rao, for window, top left. Reactions coming in right now. A very, very huge revelation being made by Professor Dinesh Rao, one of India's topmost forensic experts. May I also have, at this point, Satish Maneshinde on the screen, because as a top criminal lawyer, he understands the impact of this statement. Rizwan, everybody looking with great interest on this story as Professor Dinesh Rao, Professor Rizwan Siddique on the bottom right, is making a big disclosure. He says that according to his reading of their medical legal case report, this is not a knife injury. 1 minute, let me repeat here. According to his reading of the medical legal case report, this is not a knife injury. And now he will tell us why he thinks this is not a knife injury. If that is happening, Mr. Maneshinde, the whole case is turning. Now tell us why you feel this is not a knife injury.
Yeah, it's me or no? Yeah, I speak out.
Yeah, please go ahead. This is a very important point.
See, these lacerations, because all the 5 injuries described, even the opinion given by the doctor that he was admitted with the lacerations and bleeding, and then goes with the descriptions of those lacerations. And lacerations can never be caused by the knife. On the contrary, they see the pieces of knives has been described and narration about the knife injuries has been described, but the document speaks about only lacerations. That means it is contrary to their statement from the doctors.
1 minute. Is it possible?
The document speaks about the blood.
Is it possible? Hold your thought. Is it possible that when this case was reported, the deep wound causing a leakage of cerebrospinal fluid with the knife going 2.5 inches almost close to the spinal cord and killing Saif or injuring Saif would have been missed? Maybe they missed that point. Or if that would be the real dangerous wound, would that not have been the first wound which would have been described? Because I don't see in any of this that wound mentioned.
Absolutely, because it contains the depth. They should have stab injuries always have the length, breadth and depth, but it's only the length has been described, and none of the places the description nature of injury as stab has never been mentioned in any of those 5 injuries. You can read out this.
You're saying a laceration is not a deep incision. 1 minute.
Laceration, absolutely, incisions are different. Lacerations are different. Lacerations, abrasions, and
can a laceration
are only by blunt force.
No, can a laceration go in 2.5 inches into the spine?
Absolutely not. That becomes a stab. But here, only laceration. See, all the 5 injuries described in the document in front of you, they are only lacerations. That means to say, knife is never been used.
Viewers, someone come in on this. Document. I need on camera. Get the camera 2 out here. Viewers, I'll show you right now. I will show you right now so you don't believe any of this is being made up. Look at this out here. I have a copy of the medical legal case report. Can we have a zoom in on this, please, viewers? Let me actually come closer. Let me go closer to that jib camera. I want our viewers to see this. See, Shaina, stay on camera. Never doubt Republic, Shaina. Never doubt Republic. Moral of the story. Never challenge Republic's investigation. Here it is written, viewers. I'm reading for you. It says, today, assault by unknown person. Today, 2:30 a.m. while at home in Bandra. Camera 4, go close, please. While at home in Bandra, sustaining multiple laceration wound and bleeding. Laceration wound and bleeding. Laceration over left back, laceration over wrist, laceration over side of neck, laceration over shoulder, elbow, abrasion wound. It does not mention any incision wound. This is
incision or stab.
It does not mention stab. Maybe the person who wrote it, I'm giving benefit of doubt, doesn't know the difference between the two things, you think, Professor Rao?
That's another possibility. But in this case, apart from this, the type of recovery and the gait in which he walked out after 5 days doesn't match with the nature and the severity of the injury as described by the clinicians.
So then what is this? Then what happens to cerebrospinal, the theory about cerebrospinal fluid oozing out?
Yes, if the cerebrospinal fluid to ooze out, that means to say the vertebra and the underlying dura that has to have been injured, that means there to be a penetrating wound and there should have been an injury to the possible nerves which are consistent or corresponding to that particular spine. In that is the case, there would have been a nerve innervation of that particular muscular area should have been paralyzed.
This is a huge point. This is a huge point. I want former DIG Lakshmi Narayan joining us from Lucknow to respond to that. Sir?
Yes, definitely. Incised wounds are to be caused by a sharp weapon, like knife or anything like that. But here only on the laceration wounds are there. So the knife or any sharp weapon has not been used. This is certain, and so many cases are like this. Yes, I have seen it. So it is not possible. There is some other thing which is being not told by the complainant. In fact, the police should have investigated on several counts. In fact, it was perhaps a high-profile case. So the police hurriedly done something and arrested somebody. So they should have taken into account all the things, and then they should proceed for.
No, but I'm asking here. We are on a very fundamental point, viewers. Please understand. We are told a knife has been found in 3 parts, broken into 3 pieces.
That is not possible technically. That is not possible.
Then what is this picture which is being leaked? This picture.
This picture is leaked. It can be brought from the pocket, or it was a self-sustained wound.
Self-sustained? Why would Saif stab himself or lacerate himself?
He may not lacerate. In fact, it was some beating. Some beating has taken place, definitely.
This kind of stuff will be asked in a court of law, won't it? Satish Maneshinde, how many thousands of cases you've done?
I do not want to speculate on anything that is being said. First of all, one of the eyewitnesses after the incident, the rickshaw driver, has said that the person who came into his rickshaw, his kurta was fully wet with blood and blood was oozing on his body, number one. Number two, even when he entered the hospital, the CCTV would definitely show what was the condition of Saif. Thirdly, the fact that he was a very highly placed person, I'm sure the hospital would have taken care to videograph and take pictures of the injuries concerned. So let us wait till the police file a charge sheet and not speculate. This knife which has appeared in the newspapers and social media, I'm not sure whether it is the same knife which was retrieved from.
In your view, what about the time now taken in this 2:30 a.m. and 4:11 a.m. 1 hour 41 minutes?
The fact that he was, the incident happened around 2:30, and he was taken to the hospital. I am told that he reached the hospital at 3:30. The entry which has been made says that it was made at 4:31.
4:11.
It would definitely take enough time for the person who makes an entry to collect all the information and make an entry in
make the information.
In the hospital diary. So you can't judge the case without what has actually happened, aided by the CCTV evidence which was available.
Dr. Deepika is calling in from Pune right now. I'm taking calls. 9:39 p.m. Taking calls. Dr. Deepika.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening.
So, listening to everybody since morning, it's an observation that the script has gone wrong. The entire script has gone wrong, what Mr. Saif Ali Khan must have planned accordingly. And the unfortunate part is, a lot of people feel, it's like a nexus. Everybody's covering something or the other, right? Starting from a man, any stranger walks up to such high personality's house, in one of the places like Mumbai, enters his 11th and 12th floor. And unfortunately, even when the incident happens, he's been stabbed, things are happening.
Yeah.
None of the staffers don't even know how to drive a vehicle to take him to the hospital.
Nobody thinks of calling, Dr. Deepika, nobody thinks of calling the police.
Of course.
And you would feel vulnerable, right? If Saif has been stabbed, wouldn't you first ask for security?
To the hospital,
You'd ask for security.
Correct. And then the doctors at Lilavati are exaggerating a patient who's come into emergency as lions, tigers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely absurd.
Sure, Gopal, thank you so much, Dr. Deepika. Visuals on the screen, which we are seeing out here.
Thank you.
Shaina, you're not sure now. You see, Nisha, Shaina is not sure now after hearing Dr. Dinesh. All she will tell us is, you guys stay out of it. Right? She's going to say, you guys stay out of it. It is our internal business. We'll sort it out.
I'm not saying that.
You didn't say that when I was investigating Sushant.
I'm not saying that.
You didn't say that when I was investigating, Indrani Mukherjee.
I am not saying that.
But now
I'm just saying that when you have administration, you have the Mumbai police doing its job on this case. Let's wait for the charge sheet. Let's find out what were the sequence of events as presented by the police. All of it is going to be in the public domain.
Sure.
We are jumping the gun because this is not a Sherlock Holmes.
We are
not.
And none of us have any deductive reasoning. None of us should use our mind.
You interject me, then I cannot complete what I
want to say. No, you're getting irritated because I'm asking you a relevant question.
I'm not at all getting irritated. I just feel the larger issue, there are two issues. One is about a Bangladeshi infiltrator. The second is about safety, security in high rises and localities where one would believe that the security and the CCTVs are all doing their job, which they aren't.
Okay,
these are
next
the two
caller.
issues we have to answer.
Next caller is Goel Darshan from Hyderabad. Goel Darshan from Hyderabad on the nation's #1 talking point tonight. Goel ji.
Good evening, Arnab. First of all, I would like to thank Republic Channel for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, Goel.
The major question is, I've been working with the hospital since 13 years. So, you are talking about the doctors who with the reception people and night time. somebody, manager on Twitter.
Losing your audio.
These people will be knowing very much about this information because nowadays, after that, the people in Kirana shops also having cameras like 24/7, even in the daytime, middle of the night, everything. And he earns lots of properties and only in the store. How can a camera be over in the store? That is, I mean, like.
Correct. That's what the question's being asked about the cameras working, not working in multiple places. Krishna Mohan from Bangalore. Krishna Mohan.
Good evening, Arnab.
Audio better.
Giving me an opportunity to participate in the debate.
Thank you, sir.
I felt that you have asked very pertinent questions from the legal perspective. I do not want to go into all those questions, but what comes to my mind is about the person who has been arrested. And if he is not the person who has committed the crime, which came to me, I mean, I felt that he was not the person who was shown in the CCTV. And,
yeah, that's the point. He's not the person. Now you see the visuals of the person being brought at Bandra police station. Can I have the unedited pictures of the person being brought at Bandra police station? You will see the person is coming under huge protection. His face covered, almost hunched, 10 people around him, so that not one word goes to the media, Ramnik. Can I say, take the pictures of the chase sequence? Not this one, not this one. There was a chase sequence with our reporter there. Just see the movement. Audio up. Audio up. Louder. Audio up.
तुमने इस को मारा या तुम्हें फंसाया जा रहा है? तुमने इस को मारा या तुम्हें फंसाया जा रहा है? तुमने इस को मारा या तुम्हें फंसाया जा रहा है? तुमने इस को मारा या तुम्हें फंसाया जा रहा है?
Look at that. The whole thing, Ramnik. That whole thing, Ramnik. Keep him away from the Republic camera somehow. You are not. They're not letting us take a shot of his face, but they're releasing the picture. So it's not like they're protecting his privacy or his identity. Yes, Ramnik.
To be asked. Arnab, what needs to be asked is, okay, one, why was the police not called? Why was 100 not called? The other question is, why was the ambulance not called? You know, if the patient was in a critical condition, he could have been taken in the ambulance and been administered first aid or the required treatment while being taken to the hospital. And
great question.
41 minutes. The ambulance could have made 10 rounds over. 10 times over the ambulance could have come and gone. Well,
why was the ambulance not called? Why was the police not called? Suspicious circumstances, obviously. Ishkaran. More questions emerging. Ambulance not called. Police not called. Auto rickshaw found. 1 hour 41-minute delay. Laceration wounds, not incision wounds. Face not matching. Nothing's matching out here. Nothing's matching. Ishkaran.
Arnab, there are so many questions. That is why you have to do this debate. There are more holes in this story than a sieve. And as I said, I am not blaming the police because in crimes which happen in a house, very often the police has to do due diligence of who's speaking the truth. As I started, the hospital has one version. What is the CCTV footage of the hospital? What is the CCTV footage of the building? All that has to come out. Why does it happen in high-profile cases that CCTV footage becomes rarer than the rarest of minerals?
There are inconsistencies.
And you can, Arnab, remember so many cases where CCTV footage, which should be every step available, suddenly starts disappearing, suddenly starts becoming difficult. So that needs to be answered. Also, what needs to be answered is, as I said, the entire version on facts. At least let the police investigate basic facts. They cannot be in dispute. Why are basic facts being put into dispute? A fact as simple as who brought staff to the hospital. There are 3 or 4 versions. Which version do we believe? Why is that fact in dispute when a crime happened in a house? Why were the people of the house and the adults not having taken him to the hospital? That does not require rocket scientists to answer. That does not require police to answer. Why is the statement not coming out?
What is coming out is the doctor's description. The doctor's description is not matching the medico-legal case report to the police. And we have some sensational stuff coming in here. I want to go to Sandeep Shekhane. Sandeep, now tell me, we're seeing the pictures there of your client, the main accused, right?
Yes. I have personally met the client and I've seen personally with a 1 foot distance, and which has been clearly to the visual to my eyes. If I see him, and the footage which has been taken on the 6th floor, that the clip, and that is not identical. And the things which has been come for the forensic issues. The forensic issues, why the first day the forensic team has not arrived and sealed the building and sealed the flag to take the forensic.
Yes.
Second thing, it has not been stated that why till now the identification of the accused when the first
Satish
instant
Maneshinde
he has
also
been arrested by the police has been taken into the
Bottom right in
before the
Lakshmi's
maid or Karina or any of the Saif to the hospital, because in the hospital within 2 hours or 3 hours the doctor has stated, given the statement that he has been stabilized and he is well. Then that immediately, then after why the police has not taken the statement?
Yeah.
Why the statement has not been taken?
Yeah, absolutely out there. Rizwan wanted to come in out there. Scene of crime has not been protected. It's not been dealt with like a scene of crime. Why, Rizwan?
See, I'll tell you what, because the versions which are coming out and the sequence of events and things of willful commissions and willful omissions somehow do not bring out the case the way it's supposed to be brought out. Now, in a similar situation, same DCP, same Zone 9, I had a similar case. I immediately approached the Bombay High Court and I got 21 CCTV footages to be given to me to protect my client. So I feel while we are debating, while we are on the show, the CCTV footages which need to be collected and stored has to be done on most urgent basis in a same case, same zone, same DCP zone, same similar case. I have collected 21 CCTV footages on most urgent basis by taking an order from the Bombay High Court. I think this needs to be done on most urgent basis.
Yeah, absolutely. Nisha, you've been silent on this. You've got some new inputs. What do you think of what Dinesh Rao said there earlier about laceration and incision wounds?
I completely agree with Dr. Rao's statement in terms of, because medico-legal report is a very crucial part of evidence. And this is the first report which is coming from a medical examiner's point of view. And depending upon the type of wounds which have been mentioned in as far as the lacerations and all, there is no stab or incised wound. So then what is that part of knife doing? Now, this particular thing would never corroborate with the evidence which have been put forth as a piece of knife. So if there is no type of wound which has been created by the knife in the medical legal report, then that knife has nothing to do as an evidence at all. So this,
we got two callers tonight, viewers. We got two callers waiting. Subhash from Nashik. Subhash.
Yeah, Arnab, good evening.
Good evening, Subhash.
Arnab, I have got two questions and both only to Shaina.
To Shaina, okay. Put Shaina on a bigger window. Shaina, can you hear? Subhash from Nashik.
Yes, I can.
Yes, Shaina, surprisingly, you addressed Saif as a dear friend. Just now, in this same debate, you addressed Saif as a dear friend and you asked Arnab to hold on his horses until the investigation report is coming out and all this blah, 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 whatever you said. Okay, who was Sushant Singh Rajput?
Can I reply, please?
The way he was murdered brutally, who was he? Not a dear friend? Firstly. And secondly, would you recommend, after going through all this all these panelists, people sitting in the panel and authorities, big authorities, they have their doubts. Would you recommend a narco analysis test for Saif and Karina both?
Okay, Subhash, answer that. Shaina, what do you think?
Firstly, I didn't say he's a dear friend. I said in a case such as this, we have to wait for investigative agencies to come out in the public domain with what actually transpired. Now, if we have faith in our Mumbai police, then please wait for the charge sheet. If we are going to question their intent, I think that is questioning the integrity of the administration, which is something which I do not believe in, because if this perpetrator of crime, who is a Bangladeshi infiltrator, has been proven so, it is much, much more serious than what we think. Because then we have to look at the larger issue of how do Bangladeshi infiltrators...
No, but you want it over weekend. The problem of Bangladeshi infiltration is 50 years old. I want to look at today's case. I want to talk about what happened 50 hours back.
How Bala Sahib Thackeray got rid of Bangladesh.
Yeah, but this is not. We look at the larger issue later. But no,
that is also something to debate.
Yeah, sure,
on, right?
sure, it is something to debate on. I agree. But this is not. This is the time to go micro, not macro. Shiv Raman is calling in from Chennai.
So
why can't he again be re-examined physically? There can be a medical.
Shiv Raman.
Saif Ali Khan.
Shiv Raman. Shiv Raman call drop. Dinesh Rao, you really gave this a completely different direction today. Is this going to stand in court? Rizwan, first to you. Is this going to stand in court like this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is going to be looked at. Medical, legal experts' opinion matter a lot. Because, and also considering other facts that do not bring out a case is going to be taken into consideration at the trial.
Yeah.
All these things have to be looked into by the courts.
It will be, and the courts are going to be watching, and the courts will only go by evidence. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now this is, first of all, a big thank you for all of you for following our coverage. When we investigate on the basis of not speculation but facts. Facts are supreme, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is people want Republic to toe a line. We toe nobody's line. We toe the lines where the facts take us. And we question the facts when we need to. Nothing is beyond question. As I come to the end of this debate, let's record and summarize with Note Assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, ladies and gentlemen. The incident involving Saif Ali Khan is raising very serious critical questions about security lapses, contrary statements, and unusual circumstances surrounding the attack. The intruder bypassed lax security, attacked Saif, and reportedly demanded money but stole only shoes, delayed hospital admission, conflicting accounts of who accompanied Saif, missing CCTV footage, rapid recovery from the severe injuries add to this growing mystery. And there you have it, the precise reading of the debate in a simpler format using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.
Arnab will be right back with the debate.